The last play from scrimmage in the Broncos-Ravens game on Sunday. The Ravens had a streak of 42 straight games with 100 or more rushing yards. They wanted to get to 43 because it matched the Steelers' all-time streak from 77 or 74 to 77. And Vic Fangio, not happy. A lot of bleeping if we had the audio. A lot of bleeping. So here's the coaches talking about the situation yesterday.
That's one of those things that's meaningful, and it's one of those things that's, I think as a head coach, you got to be mindful of your team and your players and your coaches and what it means to them. It's a very, very tough record to accomplish, and it's a long-term record. So I'm not going to say it's more important than winning the game for sure, and it's certainly not. But as a head coach, I think you do that for your players and you do that for your coaches, and it's something that they'll have for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bullshit, but I expected it from them. I've 37 years in pro ball, I've never seen anything like that. So, but it was to be expected, and we expected it.
Why did you expect it from them?
Because I just know how they operate. That's just their, mode of operation there. Player safety is secondary.
I thought we were on good terms. We had a nice chat before the game. Known each other for a long time, but I promise you, I'm not going to give that insult one second thought. That's what's meaningful. What's meaningful to us might not be meaningful to them. Their concerns are definitely not our concerns. And, we didn't expect to get the ball back, but I'd already we decided that if we got the ball back, we were going to try to get the yards. And we got it back with 3 seconds left. So you're throwing the ball in the end zone with 10 seconds left. I don't know that there's a 16-point touchdown that's going to be possible right there. So, that didn't have anything to do with winning the game. So, like I said, what's meaningful to us might not be meaningful to them, and we're not going to concern ourselves with that.
Look, I think this falls in the realm of where reasonable minds may differ. I think the consecutive number of games with 100 or more rushing yards, a record I wasn't even aware of. I didn't even know they kept track of it until this all happened. Who cares? This is not DiMaggio's hitting streak. This is not something you're getting a trophy for. You can put the trophy right next to your consecutive preseason winning streak. It's meaningless to me. And if there was a way to reliably poll Ravens fans and truthfully poll Ravens players and staff, I think most people would not care about this record. And I think the fact that Pittsburgh held it is one of the reasons why Harbaugh cares about it as much as he does.
Yeah, maybe. I don't disagree. But I would agree with you. Like, I bet you the players don't really care, or the fans. It is totally a coach's thing to put on your resume, kind of speaks like a banner statement about your football team, right? Like, look, we're bigger and tougher. We run for 100 yards every week. That's what we do. It's almost 3 years in a row. We run for 100 yards every week. So, again, I will semi-agree with John Harbaugh in the fact that, what's meaningful to them is not meaningful to the other team. And it's not his job. It's not his job to coach the Broncos or worry about their football team or their feelings either. He felt like this was something that was important to him or Greg Roman or whatever. And, that this is the what they Ravens are. They're the bad bullies of the NFL. They don't give a damn. They don't care. So it's risky. Yeah, a player gets hurt, your ass is going to take a lot of crap.
Lamar Jackson tears an ACL on that play. They're definitely going to care.
Exactly. Somebody else gets hurt. You're going to hear a lot about it. But, I also think we've seen, other things like this throughout history of football where, this receiver has a consecutive, reception streak, and a team throws him the ball with 45 seconds left even though the game's over just to keep the streak alive. This is not that unusual. So, again, I understand Fangio being pissed off, but I can see John Harbaugh's side here, too. It doesn't, necessarily really, really bother me.
But to boil it down to 3 seconds left, you're up 16. You just got an interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
And you don't take a knee. The Elias Sports Bureau tried to find any situation where with 5 or fewer seconds, a team with a 10-point or more lead didn't just, take a knee.
Right.
I agree with the statement, what's meaningful to us isn't meaningful to them. The question is, how meaningful is it to anyone other than John Harbaugh? How meaningful is it really to anyone? And I said this yesterday. What caused him to do it is part of what makes him great, because he's so ultra competitive.
Exactly.
He cares about stuff that other people don't care about. And because you're wired that way, it positions you to succeed in the things that do matter.
Yeah, right. I agree there. Vic Fangio worked with his brother. He knows how the Harbaughs operate. You know, they take no prisoners. They don't care. You know, Jim's a jerk. John's a pretty good guy. So, you know, but still, when it comes to football and competing, hey, he doesn't care. There's, you know, no prisoners attitude. That's the way they are. I do respect that about them. I do. Yeah, it's tremendous risk, certainly. And it is a little bit, I know, amateurish to a degree. But I don't think the Ravens care. And I do hope somebody asks the players a little bit about it. You know, when
Lamar Jackson already said he doesn't care.
He already
said he doesn't care.
I didn't even know that.
Care.
So that takes away a little bit of the power Harbaugh has in this situation, the fact that, you know, players saying they don't care.
Yeah, I get it. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. And it's a record to me that is as meaningless as any record can be, short of the all-time winning streak in preseason games. By definition, those games are meaningless. So any record in the preseason is also meaningless. But there's only one thing that matters, is winning the Super Bowl. And if there's some broader strategy that this galvanizes your team, I don't.
I think it's just all of it. It's all of it. Like you said, Mike, it's the preseason. It's, I'll ask my players to go for it on 4th and 2. I'll do this. It's just, hey, we don't back down to anybody. It's kind of the mantra of the Ravens. That's what they are. They don't care. They're going to be the big bad bullies in the NFL, and they kind of enjoy it.
Except in Week 17 of the 2019 season, when they rested their starters, giving them 3 weeks between meaningful games and causing them to be flat in the playoffs against the Titans. They still got their 100 yards that day, though.
Yes, they did. Gus Edwards had a big day. Yeah, I know. Listen, I hear you. I know what you're saying. There's some weird logic there, but obviously they felt important, or it was somewhat important.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.